Hey there! If I could have your attention for a second, I'd really appreciate it. Well, more like about 10 minutes of your day. If you could please just hand that over to me, just for a second, I'd appreciate it. So, if you're a fan of Pokemon, if you're a fan of older Pokemon games, or you're just looking for something new, I know Sun and Moon's coming out soon. I know that that's all very exciting. I know that we have a lot of things going on with all of Pokemon 20. And I've loved this year so far. There have been so many wonderful things that the Pokemon Company has given us, things to look forward to. All of these legendary giveaways online, everything's been wonderful. But you're probably wondering, whoa, why are there 4 shiny Pokemon here? And why is there weather when there are no weather inducers out on the field, right? This is something that I created called, I like to call it Generation 4.5, where the base idea was I would take Pokemon that existed through Generations 1 and 4, and Pokemon Battle Revolution, because that's the last console release that we had that looked good and everything, and I'd give them attacks and abilities that they didn't get outside of later generations, or if they didn't get it at all. So as you could just see, at the beginning of the battle, Zapdos and Articuno were sent out. Zapdos put up some rain, Articuno changed it to hail because it's slower and that's how weather works. But I figured I'd give Pokemon that don't have as much of a spotlight some time there. Now, the Spiritomb just used Parasong, and it also has Shadow Tag, so nothing can switch. So there you go, Spiritomb has some use that it normally wouldn't get. Some of these may seem like massive changes, and I wouldn't lie about that they are pretty massive changes, and these are just things that I wanted to experiment with to see, what is too good, or, what is just fun. And that's what this is supposed to be. It's mostly supposed to be fun. I want to use this idea that I had to create all sorts of videos and content for you guys. I want to make, battle videos, upload videos about, how the format works and all the details about it, all the different strategies you can come up with. I've had a lot of fun making this, a lot of time was put into it, and I'm not done yet. This is still early on in the testing, so, if anyone has input, ideas, or anything like that, once I start putting up some videos explaining how all this works, feel free. Feel free to add your input and give me more insight about what is good. What do you think isn't good? Go ahead, just tell me. I'm not promising I'm going to change it, because it still is my idea, and I'm not trying to claim ownership over it or anything, because, these are Pokemon. I used programs and devices to do this that aren't mine. I'm a consumer of Pokemon, of that culture, of all of this. And I do want to share it with other people. I want this to be a community thing eventually. So, right now, I just have this battle in the background, just so you can kind of see, in essence, what this format can kind of be like. There's a little bit of stalliness that's a bit of an issue right now, as you can see, at the end of each of these turns, Spiritomb's taking toxic damage, and then recovering with leftovers, and then there's hail damage to take into consideration, and then the Parasong count. That's 4 things happening at every end phase of these turns that is taking up a lot of time. So sometimes that can be a bit of an issue with these battles, just there's so much going on that normally wouldn't be there. But I don't think that that's too much of a hindrance as a whole, because as you can see, just by speeding up the battle, replays are much faster. I have a lot of double battle things that exist now that didn't, and a lot of singles, but I can get into that in future videos. So I have different types of battles that I'm going to be doing. I would love to have other people who want to play this battle me, through Wi-Fi or something. Which brings me to another point. I know very well that Nintendo Wi-Fi services are no longer active, which is an issue, of course. I know that there are fan servers that exist that would allow me to connect to other people and do battles like this online. The problem is I don't know how to connect to any of them. I've homebrewed my Wii U. I'm working on homebrewing my Wii as well. I would love to work with some of these servers and battle people online. So anyone knows any information about that, please, in the comments, write what you know about this. I'm really eager to learn more about the community that I don't know about yet. Let's see. I've covered a lot of that right there. Also, in the description, I'm going to have a link to a Mediafire file with all of the Pokemon that I've made so far. It's going to be titled something like, Pokemon 4.5 Beta. Might be a bit weird of a name for it. Maybe just Pokemon 4.5 V1.0. Yeah, that's what I'll have it. Pokemon 4.5 version 1.0. And newer versions, updated storage systems will be released. But the idea was I wanted to create fake mons, or not fake mons, hack mons. Fake mons are different. I wanted to create some hack mons and make a full save file with just them full in the PC. And then, hack all the items onto the save file, and then bam, you have a whole Pokemon Stadium 2-esque rental storage thing where you can pick from Pokemon and build your team without having to build yours specifically. But it is also greatly, suggested, appreciated, flattering if you were to create your own Pokemon off of this format and, put them on your party and battle the people with them, record it, put it on YouTube. That'd be awesome. So, yeah. A lot of information to swallow, I know, but this is, again, something I'm really excited to try, and I really hope that, people will see this and it'll make them excited that there is another form of battling out there. And the really cool thing about all this is, it's like Pokemon is always giving us new things to do, new things to try. The new games have so much in them. I'm not going to spoil anything for those who have been trying to keep it a secret to themselves, but there's just so much new stuff that, when it comes to new Pokemon and new moves and new abilities, every generation adds something. But the thing that's always bothered me is there are just some things you just wish would exist in Pokemon that don't, and hacking is the only way to really, make that alive. Now, I am not a massive advocate for hacking current gen games, but I love going back to games that are no longer, actively the competitive game, the one that's the current gen, and hacking those games, because it's just more fair to the people who want to play the current one, not to, Wonder Trade fake stuff and things like that. That's a separate conversation, separate issue, though. Point is, I love hacking older stuff. It just makes things a lot simpler, and it's fair because the people who are battling each other, most of the time, they know what's up. Now, if anyone's curious, I used an Action Replay and Pokesav to generate all this stuff. Mostly, it's just, max effort values, basic 252 in one stat, 252 in another stat, 4 in 1/3 stat, Trick Room sets, offensive sets, choice sets, speedy sets that inflict status or, make changes to the field. Just a lot of different things. I really try to cover all the bases. There are a total of 540 Pokemon in the pack that I'm sending. Well, not sending. The pack that's going to be in the description. So go ahead and download that if you want to experiment with it. Keep in mind, you might want to put a movie on or something while you generate them onto your game, because you can't generate too many Pokemon at once with an Action Replay, or else the code just doesn't work. It will crash, not damage your game kind of crash, but just crash it won't work. So you have to only do about 6 at a time, and that's how the codes are made. There's 6 Pokemon per cheat, and so you have to go through all those. And by the time you're through, you are going to have a box full. 18 boxes full of hacked Pokemon. All of them have full movesets. Don't be put off by the fact that they have 0 PP in all their moves. Anyway, that should be it. So, thanks for watching. There will be a lot of videos coming up in the future, and hope to see you soon. subscribe, like, comment, share, discuss. Later.